Hey, Warpugs, it's time to talk about the Warlock. Now, JoCat, in his series on D&D, is by far the most comprehensive and logical approach I've seen to doing anything to do with D&D. In this particular instance, the Warlock, we are ready for it. I never played a Warlock. It was a whole different thing to me when it came out. I had always just, it was the same as when they made gnomes non-player characters and then made tieflings playable characters. I was just sitting there looking at the screen like, when I read the update when I read the Cliff Notes version, I was like, what in the world are they talking about? Okay, great. Now we have tieflings instead of gnomes. And now we have a Warlock. Had no idea what I was looking at. I don't know if this would be something I'd be interested in playing. I have no idea. Let's find out. I'm gonna go to JoCat here and see what he has to say about the Warlock. Guys, like and subscribe if you haven't already. It is time for us to learn. Let's go.
Hey you, yeah you sitting there with your saggy butt cheeks and emotionless expression. I know what you're thinking.
I feel personally attacked.
Boy, I wish I could cast spells, but all I got is an expendable firstborn child and a willingness to work under a questionably immoral arcane master till the end of time. Well, that's just the exact sort of motivation we like for our employees at EDB Incorporated. And if you sign up with us, we'll be sure you're treated in a way that you deserve for assisting in furthering our goals to bring about the ruin of the entire multiverse. All I need you to do is sign here and agree to give us eternal servitude of your mortal soul.
Sounds legit.
But on the bright side, we have dental. Welcome to A Crap Guide to D&D. So you want to use magic, but only as much as you want to hug that one family member you keep seeing at reunions, but aren't quite sure how you're related. Then you may want to be a warlock, the fake gamers of the Forgotten Realms. How warlocks differ from the other casters is that the amount of times you can cast your spells before running out of spell slots is absolute shit. Instead of having a set number of spells for each level of spell slot, you get a maximum of 4 spell slots for all your spells up to 5th level, and that's it. And a few other ones, but nobody cares about those.
Okay.
The flip side is that the spells you cast are always at their max level, and instead of having to take a long rest to get those slots back, all you need is an hour to have a wank, have a biscuit, and you're back on your feet. But you know what? Fuck real spells. You may think you're a caster, but really picking this class is purely an excuse to do nothing but cast everyone's favorite cantrip, Eldritch. Cast it at weddings, funerals, beach parties. Or you can just cast it randomly because the party's taking 5 hours to buy a single dagger from the shopkeeper and you're bored. Aside from casting nothing but Eldritch all day, the main draw of the Warlock is the fact that it's the greatest game of dress-up dolls of all time. Eldritch invocations allow you to custom tailor your Warlock so that it suits you better than my form-fit Kieran assless chaps. You can talk to animals without needing to cast a spell, go straight up invisible whenever you want, but most importantly, there are invocations that allow you to customize your Eldritch so that whenever you shoot your gobbledygook at whatever poor sap that looked at you funny, you can pull them forward and do your best Scorpion impression, snipe them from 2 blocks away, or make the beam of arcane destruction smell like strawberries if you like. But it's not all fun in Eldritch because remember, you've signed a pact with a patron, so your power is being loaned to you from an all-powerful arcane sugar daddy. So you will have to pay interest if you want to make sure all that magic stays nicely tucked into your Eldritch sack. Luckily, they're not like bank loans because you can actually pay them off, and they're not always inherently evil. You have the choice of being bossed around by a literal devil who decided to make you their favorite person, so they're gonna be your mommy for a little bit. A skeleton who ironically refuses to let you...
Some of you would volunteer for that. I know you perverts would.
You die because you still owe...
I know my community too well.
Him 2 platinum. Fairies who are just straight up assholes. Gods, so you're basically a cleric now. Literally Cthulhu. But forget all those because the only real option is to have your patron be a magically possessed sentient sword and shield that yells fuck when you swing it. Basically you have such a huge amount of options to choose from with how you build your Warlock, it's very unlikely any 2 Warlocks will be the same. So get your shopping baskets, light some candles, have fun customizing. Oh, and remember you have to sacrifice 3 more babies by the end of the week or you're fired! And now you know how to play Warlock. You're
The bad thing about it is, I knew the second that this came up.
Decided to make you their favorite person, so they're gonna be your mommy for a little bit. A skeleton.
I know some of you were sitting there like, Warpugs, how many times do I have to tell you? Do not, and I mean do not, do anything Slaneshi. You would be best reminded of that the horned lady who is telling you that she'll do magical things to you might not have your best interest in mind. I'm just saying. No, I don't care how hot she looks. Just remember, Warpugs, there is none in the champagne room for you. None. Period. No matter what she tells you. I'm just saying. Warpugs, this actually looks like a fun class to play, not gonna lie to you though. This looks like a fun class to play. I have never been introduced to the Eldritch Blast, but I can easily say that it looks very, very entertaining. Not gonna lie. But then again, I camp with the same time, you know, where the funniest thing on the internet was, what was it? I'm firing my laser. So I think that would be what my, you know, power word for, you know, my activation for that would be. I'm just now imagining myself screaming blarg at the top of my lungs at a D&D table before throwing a dice. I wonder how long that would take before it got to old. Warpugs, this is a reason I haven't been invited to game in years, because I'm an idiot and I only get to play fighter. I just want to play something useful the next time I just want to play for... Oh my god. Anyhow, Warpugs, all of JoCat's links in the description down below. Subscribe to me, subscribe to him. Check the... for memberships, Patreons, and... I'm gonna shut up and go on now, guys. I am beginning not to be able to speak the English. I hope you guys have a good day, and happy casting. And no matter what she says, no.